designed for you and me. Patients need what the doctor has said. Safe access now to the meds they've read. One love, one fight, don't you delay. Rights for the people in every way. We stand tall, we won't back down. Safe access is the anthem sound. Safe access is the anthem sound. The struggle is real, but so is the fire. For health and hope we climb higher. Stand with the ones who can't stand alone. For every voice deserves a throne. Compassion leads where the laws resist. A healer's heart can't coexist with barriers blocking what we deserve. The people's needs must be preserved. One love, one fight, don't you delay. Rights for the people in every way. We stand tall, we won't back down. Safe access is the anthem sound.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
Hey guys, welcome back to our weekly Patients for Safe Access podcast with your host, Miss Summer Parker, right here, and my guest today, aka Pops, Mr. Steve Miller.
Hello.
Facebook land, YouTube land, everywhere land. Hello.
Hello
right.
world.
Gotta be a little woohoo about it. So let's see. We already have a couple people in here watching, which is great. So thank you guys for tuning in and joining. We appreciate you guys for doing that. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and make sure that you do that for Facebook, for YouTube, for all platforms, okay? For WTHC Radio and for me. So, Pops, I had the pleasure of getting to hang out with you on your birthday this year.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
I forgot about that, actually.
It was really fun.
It was.
My boyfriend stayed home that night, and I ended up going with Ronnie over to the Bluegrass on Bell Festival, and you were there, and it was great to get to hang out with you and your son both, and find out that your son's a musician and all kinds of other stuff. Shout out, Mike.
Yo.
So, good time.
Yes,
we got to
was.
watch Safety Meeting.
Yeah, they were great.
They were really good.
I really enjoyed that show.
Yeah, I did too. For those of you who know who Safety Meeting is, go check them out on Facebook and stuff. It's a bluegrass band out of Oklahoma, and a lot of them are in the cannabis industry, or at least one of them. I know for sure
one of them.
but I think a couple more might be in there too.
Yeah.
So, but check them out if you like bluegrass. Charles is not a bluegrass fan. When I take him out in the country, do you want to know what he does? He twitches because he's like, the further we get out into the dark, he's like,
I can actually understand that. I'm a city boy, but I'm more country than I am city.
See,
I was raised in the city, but
me too.
I like the country. I love the, going out, taking hikes and everything.
I was raised in the city too, but like this morning, so where we're at now, this individual has like 7 head of cattle on the property. And when I woke up this morning, I got to go outside to the fence line, and the heifers are coming up to me and they're licking on my arm, which was gross, but anyways, I still did it. You gotta live in the moment. YOLO. So, all right, that was fun. So, Pops, what drew me to your story was, hearing other people talk about the testimony and what you've been through, health-wise, things of that nature, and, your journey with medical cannabis.
Right.
So can you give me a little short story there?
Short? I don't know. It's kind of a long
Make
thing.
it a long story. So
Essential tremors has plagued me since I was born.
Okay.
It's hereditary. It's very similar to Parkinson's. Dr. Parkinson's actually realized there was a difference in some of his patients that were showing Parkinson's. And he went in and tried to figure out what it was and everything. So he found out, and he named it an action tremor, which what it means is anytime you do something, anytime you engage a muscle, you're going to shake.
Okay.
And it just like that. I mean, I raise my arm
Right.
and it starts.
Yes.
And it used to be a whole lot worse than it is now.
Yeah.
And thank goodness for cannabis. It's, I'm able to go to restaurants and eat. I haven't been able to, I wouldn't go to a restaurant and eat before at all. Even at home, I've thrown food, I dropped food, the tremors it's one of the most fascinating things that has happened to me, and also one of the worst things that's happened to me. I enjoy the learning about it and all the other tremor type diseases, but essential tremors has not been studied since Dr. Parkinson's
Really?
discovered it.
So
There's very little information about it. When you go to doctors, half of them don't even know what it is. You'll tell them you have essential tremors, and they go, "What's that?" And well, you're the neurologist, so
Right.
you should know. There's 10 million people in the United States with it. There's 50 million, they say, in the world.
Can I? Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry, Steve. Can I play the video? I would love to play the video and let people see the video.
Oh, okay. Is it okay with you if he plays that video?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we
All right.
could actually
You know-
put it in if you wanted to, real quick.
You want me to play her now?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
that'll work.
All right, I'll jump back there. And then you can
Now that
explain
I
it.
know what it is, it'll
Right.
make more sense.
Yeah, and then you can get further into explaining it. All right,
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Karen.
I see John.
Yep.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Carol Donaldson.
That's why TV. We are starting this thing off today. Today we're headed over to Steve's house. Steve suffers from acute seizures. He suffers from. It's basically what we're walking into. We're walking into his house. He's unmedicated. He uses a medication that is obviously infused with cannabis oil to help alleviate his essential tremors. I talked to his family. His family's basically saying, hurry, about 15 minutes away. He can barely walk straight. We are going to be walking into an actively stressful situation. If stressful situations make you stressed, then I suggest you bounce, because even your boy's a little bit. Just kidding. This is what I was meant to do. This is it right here. All right, cool. Here we go.
The worst I've ever seen him.
The worst?
The worst.
Okay.
This is the worst he's ever been.
Let's get it done. Believe in the power of the healing of the Holy Spirit.
Yes, we need to pray over him
Let's
before
go.
we need to get.
Steve. Hi, baby.
Amen.
Let's get this prayer going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's okay. You're okay.
Oh.
All good. Y'all ready to pray?
Yes, let's pray.
God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time, Lord. I just ask that you continue to allow the healing of your Holy Spirit. Steve,
Opportunity.
I love you. I love you.
He's got a test over there that he wants to.
Yes,
Get up.
let's do the touch nose and that stuff
Okay.
first, and then we'll
Okay, let's do it.
do the water.
I'm ready for you. You ready?
I don't know. Give me a minute.
Left finger. Good job, good job, good job.
Good job.
Okay. Both of them. Right finger. It's all right, it's all right.
Good
it's all right.
job. Good job.
Left finger. Good job, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Doing great, Pops. You're doing great. I love you.
Empty, right?
Yep. Mouthful.
Good job. Good job.
You did it. You did it.
You crushed it.
Okay. There's not enough for.
It's all right.
Okay.
Top one's the right.
Fuck. Spirals are straight first.
spirals and then straight. Straight line, all the way across.
Yeah. The road through the mountains.
You kept it on the paper though this time.
Yeah.
You're doing good. You got this.
You got bacon and pops.
You got this, babe. You got this. We're almost there. Okay, it's okay.
You're all right,
It's
brother.
okay. We got you. We got you.
Can we go ahead?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to.
Let's
No,
go.
I'm finishing.
Okay.
I'm
No.
finishing.
Okay, it's up to him. It's his video.
I'm finishing no matter what.
You're strong, brother.
I love
Let me
you.
know when you're ready. Let's go, brother.
Yep, this is your last time. We aren't gonna do this anymore. Masterpiece right there. It's a masterpiece. Let's dose. Let's dose.
I'm gonna sit for a minute.
You want to sit
Okay.
down?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit for a minute.
Do you want to use the dragon?
Yeah. I want to use
You want to use the regular formula first?
the 87.
He hasn't dosed since yesterday.
Good.
Get him good.
Hold on.
Rub it in.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
You look like you're more relaxed
Oh.
than you were just a minute ago, for sure.
shit.
There's my friend.
There's more under this.
Oh, but look how much calmer you are.
There we go. That's probably a little over 6.
That's right.
Perfect. That finger. Perfect. Comes out. Right finger. Perfect. Left finger. Perfect. All right. Yep.
That's already better.
It's amazing. Oh, now you're showing off. Look how amazing that is. Not dosed and dosed. Amazing.
5 minutes.
And what took all of almost 10 minutes took not even a minute.
Oh, it took me that long to get that logo.
Almost.
Last time you no more of that, okay?
No,
Never
I
again.
can't. Never again.
It makes all cry at the end, man. That's why.
And that's why.
That's why. That's right. Thank you, K Scott, for making that video. If you guys
Yes.
don't know who he is, his name is Jeff Hooten. Please go follow him. He's been documenting the medical cannabis industry for many, many years. And as you can see in that video, it should be a testament to what medical cannabis can do and why we need stuff like research and funding and
Yes.
things like that. So,
Research is probably the biggest thing that would help so many people. And not just with, this is kind of a mental illness, you know, and there's so much mental illness out there. How do we get help to people?
Right.
That's always been my goal, help me, yeah. But I want to help people understand that this is medicine.
Yep.
It works. It helps your neurology get back to kind of normal, at least better than you were, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And, you know, even smoking it will help. Now, if I take a sativa,
Mhm.
it's going to make me shake a little bit harder.
Okay.
But, you know, it calms my mind down
Yeah.
enough to where it doesn't bother me as much. And it also calms the tremors down
Yeah.
to a point, even when you smoke it.
You know, in that video, whenever he's on the way to your house, you know, when he gets to the house, you know, you can tell that right away it is very bad. And you can hear Dione say, you know, it's the worst it's ever been, type of a thing. And, you know, it's so out of control that even you just trying to have your hands up here to hold your face like, you know, I'm doing right now, made it where you were actually smacking yourself in the face, you know, and then to see you drop to the floor like that and just sheer exhaustion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask you is like, how hard is this on you physically to have these essential tremors?
It's, well, I don't work out. I don't know if you can see that muscle or not, but
Damn, guys, that's like a 21-year-old out of a fucking gym.
I don't work out. My muscles are just, it builds them up. I mean, it's just constant. My neck and shoulders and the bottom part of my skull where it attaches to the spine. It's always, I'm always in pain from it. Yeah, and like I just had this prostate surgery, my prostate removed because it's cancerous, and it's taken me a while to get back because everything stays tense down here where they did all the surgery and everything. My the essential tremors kind of go there and just tense everything up because it doesn't understand what's going on. There's something happened that's not normal.
Right.
So, you know, my tremors have progressed some since the surgery. That's just natural essential tremor stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it wasn't for cannabis, I used it for pain. I didn't take, but I think I took 2 pain pills after surgery.
Congratulations.
And I can't take them. I don't like them. I don't like how it makes my tremors worse, everything else. So I really don't like to do it. And as you can tell, the video kind of got me going. It's real emotional for me because I used to do that. People don't realize it, but I used to do that about every 6 months. I'd have 2 of those seizures a year, and it'd last anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to 48 hours, sometimes 36. But it was just something that I had to go through. And, you know, I had one while I was working, and of course got fired because they found out that I was ill. And of course they used other reasons, but, you know, I've never been able to hold a job since probably around 87. As my tremors had gotten so much worse that people would see it, they'd catch me, and if I'm waiting on customers and stuff, well, it's bothering customers. You know, it takes me a little bit longer to do stuff because, you know, when you're trying to do something. And I was an electronics technician, so everything's tiny. And you can't, you know, you can do it, but you have to figure out your own way to do things with essential tremors. And that's just, you know, just so people know what essential tremors is. And I was on 47 different medications for essential tremors. Cannabis is taking all of those away. I mean,
every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this was over probably 40 years.
Right.
You know, but they wouldn't work, so I'd quit taking them. And some of them, you know, you have to take yourself off of them slow and everything. So I had to get doctor's approval. Well, 5 years ago now, since cannabis has been around, I started playing with it and learning, you know, finding out what really works, what doesn't. And RSO was the first thing, thank you, Michael, that I started using daily. I'd take it every night. And it is the only thing that's ever calmed down the inner tremor that I have.
Okay.
And what the inner tremor feels like, and it's kind of like I feel now anyway, because I'm shaking so bad, that it feels like you're sitting in one of those massage chairs at the mall, put on high, and you're that way 24/7. Yeah, it's just a constant beat. Doctors have tried to feel it, tried to, monitor it. They tried to find it on an MRI once, and of course it doesn't show. It's just a feeling that you get. I don't know that there's anything moving. Most of it's right here, and it just radiates all over my body. And then the outer tremor, my hands and arms, of course, my neck and head, but my legs get it too. So I'm just shaking all over the place, and it's really,
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we
Okay.
get back from that break, we're going to talk about how RSO helped you and what other products that you've tried, cannabis products that you've tried that have helped you as well. So
Okay.
take us out, Hippie. We're going to be taken to Bankrupt Again by Elevated Roots. I had to think.
Oh man, that looks like it's our last one, man.
That is our last one, man.
Good thing we can scrape the pipe, bro. Never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Gee! Morning had to scrape my pipe. Knew that when I went to bed last night. Had a premonition in my head that I never gonna wake bankrupt again. Jumped on my bike and pedaled downtown on the lookout for the one John Brown. Found him in a corner parking lot, smoking spliffs. Him said, "Here, man, you want to take a hit." I said, "I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be bankrupt again. Never gonna be bankrupt again." Went back home to put the seeds in the soil. Compost recipe from brethren I know. Water pH to 6.1. Jah in control of the ebb and flow. Planting seeds, putting flower in my hand so that I will never awake bankrupt again. I said I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Never power. To my friends, always connecting to the music of medicine. Always finding ways to sing. Positivity and healing vibes. Always attracting my tribe. Always vulnerable to the tides. Always accountable for my strides. Holding on, not folding beyond. Letting go and letting you know. Bankruptcies ain't never gonna be a part of my flow. I said I'm never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Driving around, I see John Brown and said, they're dumb and him said they're never gonna be bankrupt again. I said, hey John Brown, can I give you a hand so that you yourself will never be bankrupt again? I said, never gonna be bankrupt again. 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 Wah!
Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, welcome back. We were, I don't know about normal. Are any of us normal? I think that was normal. I was gonna say, I don't want to be normal. That's some weird shit.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get there. We're getting back to this. Okay.
Okay.
Our 420 break was really good, you guys.
Really.
That's what I'll lead with. Okay. Dab sweats.
Where were we?
All right. Whose idea was it?
You got to love a good story.
I can't even right now. Okay. All right. All right. Reset. Woosah, Nana. Woosah. was it for the test that you guys did? And for those of you just joining us, meet Steve Miller, aka Pops, my
Hi.
guest today. We're gonna get my shit back together again. The test, though, on the video of Case God's video, where you're doing the spiral drawings and stuff like that. Who came up with that test?
That test, I don't know really who came up with it, but it's a standard test that they use. It's also used for Parkinson's.
Okay.
It's just a preliminary test to see where you're at. It lets them know a lot of different things about when you're pouring the water and everything. What's your other hand doing over here? Is it drifting off? That's more Parkinson's. Essential Tremors doesn't do that.
Okay. You're able to keep like
you're
your
able
glasses
to,
together.
yeah.
Okay.
However, every once in a while you get these zaps where, you know, your shape just, if you notice in that video after they dose me, I get a kind of it looks kind of like a seizure where I just shake real hard. Well, yeah, that happens, and every once in a while, just, you know, and if I'm carrying something, it's gonna fly. It's just gonna be gone.
Bye.
You know, I laugh anymore. Before, it used to really upset me.
Oh, sure.
You know, but
Yeah. Well, I'm sure not only was it upsetting, but I'm sure, you know, in some scenarios it could even be somewhat embarrassing, and it shouldn't be, because people shouldn't have an issue with someone else's, you know, health issues.
no, but they do.
They do.
It's okay. It's just, you know, that's why I had so many
Bless their
jobs,
heart.
is because they couldn't handle it. You know, they see me shaking and stuff, and they really see a liability, which I kind of understand, you know, because there's times where I could have hurt myself real bad if I had flinched the wrong way when that happens.
Yeah,
So,
no, for sure.
you know,
Now, you were talking a moment ago about, like, whenever you move a muscle or something, that kind of triggers the response for the tremor, you know? So does stress exacerbate
Yes.
the symptoms?
Yes.
Okay.
It also, there's a part of essential tremors that makes you, your anxiety is 2, 3, 4 times worse than most people's. Most people have anxiety all the time,
Right.
but multiply that 4 or 5 times. And that's kind of what we go through. Any stressful situation is right up front, it's hard. It hits you hard, and my tremors go crazy. I go crazy too for a little bit.
All right. Is that where you were referring to some of the mental health struggles that go
Yes.
along with it as well?
Mhm.
Okay.
That is the biggest mental health struggle there is anxiety, stress, anything out of the normal, which, you know,
Change.
I've kind of got lately to where I understand there is no normal, and it's really helped me understand in my head, you know, my mindset is that it doesn't matter what happens with me and the tremors. Whatever happens, it's just what happens. It's just my normal. It's not anybody else's, but it's mine. So, you know, I don't react with it much anymore. I make fun of myself a lot because it's funny. It's crazy that your body does stuff, you know.
As long as you can crack your own shit up, you ain't got to worry about cracking anybody else's shit up.
That's
So,
right.
you know, I mean, I love it. You know, live, laugh, love, and you got to laugh at yourself for damn sure.
Yes, you do.
So, Karen says that she takes cannabis for MS. Okay, so I've actually heard a couple different people using it for MS. Would love to have you on sometime, Karen, to discuss the benefits for you with MS with medical cannabis as well. So please reach out to me.
That's one thing. They actually diagnosed me first with MS.
Okay.
And I've been diagnosed. There's probably 10 different deals that they said I had before they came to essential treatment. It took about 3 years for them to finally decide that that's what it really was. I knew it was because my dad had it,
Okay.
and his doctor told him it. That's how I found out I had it.
Okay.
It's his doctor told him. And then we got to studying about it and finding out more and more. And the more I find out about it, the more I want to know.
And the more symptoms that you showed, you knew that you were lining up with what he had experienced.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So before the break, we were getting towards RSO, and we were talking about products that benefited you and have helped you so far in your path with tremors.
Yes. RSO is probably the biggest thing that's helped. Like I said before, it calms this inner tremor down to nothing so I could sleep. Before I was taking RSO, I'd get maybe an hour and a half of sleep a night. The rest of the time I just lay there and look at the ceiling or something, just so I could rest.
Yeah.
And at least I'd get that rest. My body would get that rest, because when I'm laying down, I don't shake outward.
Okay.
Like I said, it's an action trigger. It's when you engage a muscle.
Right. So you're relaxing your body.
I can sit here and I can calm it all down for a little while by myself. But you can't stay in that frame of mind to keep it away, because your mind starts thinking about other things, and then something will hit you where you're going to have some problems. But RSO is probably the single most helpful thing with cannabis that there is. For essential tremors anyway, it really calms your mind down. When you calm your mind down, everything else kind of calms down. So it's really a pretty cool, find for me, because I wouldn't be here talking to Summer and talking to y'all if it wasn't for cannabis. I was getting to the point where my sister committed suicide because of cannabis. She drank alcohol. Alcohol is what I treated it with forever, because it really helped and helped a lot. But it came to a time, you drinking a 12-pack or more every night, 60 years, 50 years, there comes a time where you have to kind of realize you're hurting yourself. So cannabis was coming legal and everything. So I started backing off the alcohol, thinking, okay, maybe this is going to be something that really helps. And guess what? It did. And I was so excited just to get that inner tremor calmed down. That was the biggest thing
for you.
Yeah, being able to sleep at night and wake up in the morning where you feel rested instead of, okay, I'm still going. It really was. That was major for me.
So did you start out with getting like your RSO and stuff at the dispensaries and all?
Yes. The first RSO I was taking was a strain-specific White Widow, 1-to-1.
My mom literally grew nothing but White Widow.
I want
the whole
some.
time my dad was sick, and she made so many things, from pain patches to salves to tinctures to roll-ons, you name it. This woman did the research to figure out how to make it, because White Widow seemed to be the only strain that would benefit every single issue he had going on. And so she just made everything for him. So sorry, when you said White Widow, I was like, it's such
I'm not surprised, because it took me from actually a nervous wreck all the time to just nervous. Right. Just nervous. The wreck part was gone after that. Right. It took about 2 weeks to get me calmed back down from, oh wow, this is working. This is cool. Yeah. And the problem now I have, though, is I'm having to make it myself, because you can't find good RSO out there in the dispensaries. A lot of it is not true RSO. It's just not. Or FICA. To me, they're both the same thing. It's just the way they're processed that's different. Right. But you still shouldn't be able to see through a syringe of RSO.
No, you should not.
And a lot of it you see out there is exactly that
You
way.
know, I actually can say I have witnessed that myself because there was a company that Charles worked for a long time ago that one of the clients quit carrying their product because they tried to sell them clear RSO. And they were like, bro, if you think RSO is clear, they were like, I don't want none of your freaking products.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know that, you don't need to be like selling me anything.
Yeah, I've tried some that was clear and then, the darker shades, and none of it would calm my inner tremor. So I don't know what the difference is, really. I just know it doesn't work.
And if somebody could explain the difference to us, please come on. We would love to hear you. Comment or hit us up privately via DM because we are always open to learning. So until the conversations are great.
The percentage of THC that I found out that works the best is anything over 70%.
Anything over 70. Okay.
Yeah, it works. It will calm that inner tremor. It'll actually keep the inner tremor calm for about an hour and a half after I wake up. So, I'm getting the sleep I need. Plus, I'm still not having that inner tremor for a little while. Right. I can't take enough RSO. I'll put it that way.
Right,
during the day because I have to do stuff. And you're not going to do much with as much as I have to take every night.
So how important is it for you as someone who relies on, medical cannabis to help you get through the day, okay, to have access to clean, safe, quality products at retail level?
It means so much. I have gotten some not so good RSO, and it hurts you. I mean, it really did. It hurt me. One of them caused my kidneys to hurt really bad. And I only took 2 grains of rice a bit.
Wow.
Excuse me. And, another one just made my stomach hurt. And I'm not sure what, and it didn't help my inner tremor either.
Right.
So, that's when I decided I would start making it myself at home and just be done with that. But I would rather be able to go out and buy it from a dispensary and know that it's good and it's going to work out for me. And, there is a lot of discouraging thoughts that run through my head when I go into a dispensary and want to know if they have RSO, but you spend $20 and you get nothing. Basically, you get a little bit high off of it, and that's about it. And that's not what I use it for. I use it for medicine.
And so that has actually kind of pushed you to making your own.
Yes, it has.
So can you tell me a little about that?
Learning how to make it.
Hey, it's all a journey.
Yeah, it is. And but I really basically all I do is put the buds and whatever I can get into a jar and mix it with Everclear and let it soak for a week. Shake it every day, 2 or 3 times a day. Sometimes open it and smell it. Put the jar back together and put it back in the closet where it's dark and, everything. And the first time I made it, I cooked it a little bit too far and probably too hot. And it cooked all the terps and everything out of it. So I had to go back and try to do it again. And this time I learned quite a bit more. And try not to get it over 110 degrees if you can, and keep everything on the level with it and keep it working. So, that's been my experience with it. Now I'm getting pretty good at it.
Good.
I use a little electric burner, and I'll put it out on the back porch and let it cook and check on it every 15 minutes or stand out there and watch it.
Yeah.
And as long as you're tentative with it, you're going to come out with some good medicine.
That's the thing about marijuana, Mary Jane. Like if you love her just the right way, she can do so many things for you.
Yeah. And you can tell when you get some bud that's grown by somebody that really loves what they're doing.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
You can tell from different growers whether it's they put a lot of love into it and that's really their passion or not. And that's what I love to get is when I find some of that, it's just, I know it's going to help me, you know, and I know my tremors are going to calm down and, you know, everything else. My cancer deal, the RSO has helped. I actually got diagnosed right at 11 years ago. They said it might not be cancer, but it probably is. And then the doctors just dropped it, and I never knew what to do from there. So
that's scary.
Knowing I'm a faith-based person, but knowing God gave me this gift of RSO to help me when He did, because I needed to quit alcohol. I needed to find something to help me. And it happened. And I can make it myself. And it's amazing.
And now for Oklahoma, it's legal for us to have our home grows. It's legal for us to make our own medicines,
yes.
You know, out of those products, out of the flower we grow. So that makes it nice.
Yeah. But God really has, He's put this in front of me, and I've got to get out and say that, you know, cannabis, marijuana is God-given. It's ours to use. Why man took it away from me or us, I don't understand. I guess it was because somebody wasn't making enough money or something off of it.
100% probably.
So now we need to get it legalized fully.
Federally, yes.
Federally.
Declassify, reschedule, something.
Right. That's what I want to help do. And I don't know how I can do it, but anybody that's out there wants me to talk, I'll talk. I love talking about cannabis because it has helped me so much in my life.
Would you say cannabis has saved your life?
Yes.
Consider yourself booked.
I really think cannabis saved my life for the simple fact that it's available to us now. And I had cancer, and it probably would have killed me if I didn't start taking the RSO when it did.
And what is the prognosis with cancer now?
I have 0 showing up so far. It's been 6 months, and my PSA, which is how they measure it for the prostate, is at 0.01.
Okay.
And the time before that was 0.06. So it's going down.
That's right.
We want to keep it going down.
Going down, baby. Going down. That's right.
But yeah, I go, they're going to check. They said it could come back anytime between now and 2 years. So I've got a 2-year, I've got to get it checked every 3 months. But as far as I'm concerned, it's gone.
Right.
I don't have a problem with it. So.
That is amazing to hear, for sure, for sure. Let's see, my notes here, if there was anything else I had. So the oil that they were putting on the back of your neck in the video, what was that?
It's an RSO base.
Okay.
There's some, terps added into it that help a lot. I mean, I would go from full trimmer, which if anybody that's seen me before, I shook hard. I mean, hard. And my legs would shake. They're shaking. But within 30 seconds, I'm calm.
Wow.
And that's a topical.
That is the testimony.
I just rub it on my wrist and it takes care of it.
Yeah.
I have to dose twice a day, 8 drops, and it takes care of it. So
that's crazy. Well, Pops, is there anything else that you can think of that you want to share with the community about your journey?
People have been so gracious in this industry. They really have. I've been in a lot of industries, and trust me, the people in this industry are the nicest and really the most caring group I've ever been around. I would go when I was shaking real hard. I'd go up to a place called Relax Park that we had there in Oklahoma
I
City.
remember Relax.
And I'd just go up there and sit. There wouldn't be anybody there when I got there usually. And I'd be sitting there just looking at my phone or watching people run around and stuff, you know, as they got there and stuff. But every once in a while, somebody would come up to me and ask me if I'm okay, because I'm sitting there by myself and I'm shaking like a fool. I mean, you know, I'm looking like an idiot, and they're making sure I'm okay. The only time it's ever happened is with the cannabis industry. People in the industry understand what is going on with people, you know, and they'll come up and ask you. I mean, it looked like I was having a seizure. I'm sure.
Bad. I'm so sorry.
So no, it is what it is.
Well, but I mean, yeah.
I know, but you know, nowadays I look at life totally different in the last 2 years.
Sorry.
I only my dream is to be able to get it federally legal.
Yeah.
To where everybody can use it. Everybody has access to it. Needs to be that way throughout the world.
Yeah.
It really does, because it's the best medicine out there. I had given a speech down at a music festival here a couple years ago, and I started it off with, I want y'all to pull out a bud, a joint, something with marijuana in it. Look at it. That is the world's most powerful medicine out here. Because 47 pills couldn't fix me. But 2 different versions of cannabis has. And that speaks volumes to me. It does. I really feel like a lot of the mental health problems that are going on in this world right now are strictly because nobody understands anything that's going on in the world. But cannabis can make all of that make sense. It gives you the ability to think. It calms your mind down, especially if you've got any kind of mental illness. It will calm it down to where you can actually think. And that's the only thing that saved my life, is to be able to think. Because if I kept doing that, like I did in the video, if I kept having that every 6 months, it was getting worse every time. When they got there, they found me on the floor. I was passed out that morning. So I haven't had that happen since I started taking the drops.
Wow.
And it's amazing, people.
And that video was done, what, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Well, coming up, well, maybe a year and a half. It hasn't been as long as I think it has.
Well,
Yeah.
for some reason, I think whenever I looked at the video on his thing,
It might have
the
been 2 years.
timeline thing, and it said 2 years, I thought. So.
My whole world has changed, so time just doesn't make much sense to me anymore. I'm retired, so I don't have to pay any attention to it.
Thanks, Sean. So let's see, comments. We have one love from the Oklahomies from Charlie. He's finally got back from the drift car races. He's logged in to listen.
Nice.
Right?
I got to go up there.
Man,
I haven't been up there yet.
I got in one of them yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I did. I took a passenger princess ride.
Oh, cool.
I did. It was fun. It was so fun.
I used to drive those.
Well, I don't want to do that.
They didn't know what it was called back then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun.
I was a race car driver, and the one reason I loved to drive race cars was I got in it and my tremors calmed down because I was so focused on driving.
Yes.
That was the only time I ever got reprieve from it was
Yeah.
when I got in the race car. And it was just fantastic. I loved that. That's
I love
why I
that.
kept doing it.
Right. It wasn't the need for speed.
No,
Well, it had that
it
to do
was.
with it too.
Well, the smell of nitrous and burning rubber has always been my favorite cologne. So
My favorite cologne. I love that. Oh, I have to think how to respond to that one. We'll see.
just don't.
Well, you know the song "Baby Got Back."
Yeah.
We haven't. No, I got a flat ass, but my '91 Chevy S10 drive truck has a really big butt.
I
She's got
bet.
like 15 and a half inches of rubber on either side.
Mhm.
Well, these days we'll have to get you up to the house to come check out the truck.
I do
So,
need to do
for
that.
sure, for sure.
Yes.
So, all right, well, guys, I think that is about all I've got. Let me think about closing wise real quick if there's anything I haven't covered. I don't think there is. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is.
Uh-oh.
Right. And I got to clear my throat for it.
Oh, this thing.
You know it's good when all you do is pull off the piece of paper and you're just like, this thing.
Yeah, I already know.
So, there's been some things going on in the last week in the state of Oklahoma in regards to recording in the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority's administrative court proceedings. So, I have a document, and I will be posting this to my Facebook, and you can see the signature at the bottom. It's going to be ass backwards, but that's okay. But anyways, that is Director Barry's signature. And in here, they actually state that you cannot take in and record in any mannerism. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys because that's going to lame-o bore you. But for those of you that are interested, please stay tuned. I'm going to post this document, like I said. And they went from allowing us to record in this courtroom for the last 6 to 7 years, from people live streaming in these courtrooms, people documenting and recording in the courtroom, to people simply taking, pictures or audio recordings as well. That's been going on forever and a day. You know what I mean? This document was signed by the executive director of the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority on April the 4th of 2025. However, they did not start ceasing and restricting our access to recording in that courtroom until in the last 30 days. So I'm not sure what has actually changed to implement where they want to enforce their rule. We know that the industry has seen them do this 100 times over, where they have a rule in place, but they don't choose to enforce it till it benefits them. And so in this case, we're feeling the pinch of it benefiting them to restrict our access to record in the courtroom. So if you would like to record in the courtroom, or you would like to have an opinion about this, please contact the OMA, give them your opinion about that, but also contact the legislators, guys. I don't know that they have the right to do that. One, it's an administrative court. It's not a recognized court. It's an administrative law judge. It's not a district judge. It's not a criminal proceeding. You're in an administrative court where all you're able to assess is monetary fines. So, at best. At best, because can't do a damn job at best. So I'm going to let that one close out. I think that was something Charles wanted me to cover and put out there, and we did a short little skit. Well, not skit. We were out there doing the truth, but we were trying to kind of penny pinch up, MMA. I'm not even gonna lie. We were doing to kind of make fun of the situation. Right. Since they wouldn't let us record in the courtroom, we decided to record on the steps of the OMA building. And we will continue to report from the steps of the OMA building every time that we are at the Connors building, because that's the thing of it. Just like that little earpiece thing that we found out in the parking lot the other day, the outside of the building is public access, and you can record. So we will continue to record outside since we can't record inside. You guys have a great day. Much love, one love, and we will catch Steve later.
Yes. Have a good one, people.
Stepping up strong with a righteous plea. Summer Parker fighting for you and me. Patients need what the doctor has said. Safe access now to the meds they bred. One love, one fight, don't you delay. Rights for the people in every way. We stand tall, we won't back down. Safe access is the anthem sound.